Awesome. We are live. I'm here with Ito from Wix Studio
Hello.
to howdy everyone to bring you an animations and interactions workshop in Wix Studio where you can add animations and interactions without code. So there is a 10 to 30-second delay between what you see on the screen and what we see. But as we trickle in, let us know in the chat what is your favorite kind of music and where are you tuning in from. Just double check on LinkedIn that it's live. Amazing. People are trickling in. So Ito, what is your favorite kind of music and where are you tuning in from?
I'm tuning in from Tel Aviv, and it's in our time. It's 6 p.m. Right now, so it's really been a fun day, and I'm really excited to be here and to give this workshop, and I hope everyone's gonna enjoy it. My favorite kind of music. Well, I really don't have one favorite kind of music, but I really do like rock music and I love reggae as well and hip hop. Yeah.
Amazing. I am Grace. I'm tuning in from San Francisco, California. There's an echo, so I'm tuning in from San Francisco, California. My favorite kind of music, I really like J-pop and K-pop from like anime.
Nice.
Yeah. Listening to that music for most of my life.
I have
See some.
no idea about that music. I have to say.
Let's see. Young Lil Beyond likes hip hop. Shriyanshi is tuning for Georgia. Oh, nice. I was just there a couple of weeks ago, speaking at the Creative South conference and hosting a meetup. Walubi, oh, hello, is from SFA area. Favorite music right now be a tie between rap and Mexico gringos. I like K-pop as well. Amazing. Tuning in from California. I like K-pop as well. Amazing. I'll give it another minute for folks to trickle in. We have a good crowd on LinkedIn. Howdy, 53 people on LinkedIn. Tuning from Santa Clara. Oh, nice. I went to Santa Clara University. Amazing. So it's 8:03. Welcome, everyone. We're so excited to have Ito here from our buddies at Wix Studio. And Ito will be providing you a free workshop on how to add animations and actions to your website without code. I'm also Grace. I am the founder of Design Buddies. Design Buddies was something I started about 4 years ago when I was a student. And I just wanted some design friends. And 4 years later, we have a total audience of 150,000 members, and we're trying to help designers improve their skills, land jobs, and make networking fun. We do a ton of events, both online like this and in person all around the world, but I'm based in San Francisco. And our goal is to help designers land jobs and have fun. We do a lot of design challenges, content as well. I run a hacker house in SF called the Bunny House. We're also hosting our first conference called Design the Future on Monday, May 20th. It's going to be free online and in person in San Francisco. I also was recently a UX designer at a large tech company for over 4 years and recently left my corporate job about a month ago to do community building, events, and content creation full time. I'm also building something in AI to help. It's called Fluffle. It's going to help designers improve their personal brand to land a job with a technical co founder. So, yeah, very excited to have Ida on today. And let's get started. Oh, I see you from Sweden, Philly. Greece speaks like a musical. Nice. Like too many genres. Amazing. Well, thanks y'all for tuning in. I'll have you kick it off, Ido.
All right. So first of all, I'm really excited to be here and meet you guys and give you this talk. I think it's going to be amazing, and let's get started. So we're going to talk about animations and interactions on Wix Studio, and we're going to talk about also what is Wix Studio. I'm sure not all of you know it, and it's new to some of you. So I want to tell you a bit about myself. Firstly, I'm a front-end developer at Wix, working on the Wix Studio product. So I am a developer, and you're probably asking yourself, what's a developer doing in a designer's workshop, like the boring developer amongst the cool design guys and design people? So a little bit about my background. I wasn't always a developer. I actually started at Wix about 4 years ago, and I started as a designer. And basically, I was working on the different Wix design platforms and becoming a very proficient at using these tools. But then at some point, I decided I want to make Wix better, and I want to create Wix Studio better, and I wanted to do it for designers because I felt that I'm doing it for my kind of people. So this is the reason that I got into it, and I'm actually doing it and building the product that helps me be a better designer. So you're probably asking yourself, what is Wix Studio? Maybe some of you have heard about Wix, which is like a website builder that you can build your website on. But most of you probably don't know Wix Studio because it's kind of a new product. We've only been out for about 7 or 8 months, and we've been working on this product for a very, very long time. We wanted to get this platform as accurate as possible, exactly for people like you, because Wix Studio is a platform created for designers, for professionals and agencies, and we want you to have the ability to create really bespoke, intricate websites and digital experiences. All right, so what are we going to cover in this workshop? First of all, we're going to do a real short overview of Wix Studio, just to show you guys the workspace that we're going to be living in. Then immediately after, we're going to dive straight into the animations and interactions. And the reason that I wanted to focus on animations and interactions today is because animations and interactions are a really great tool to like elevate your site and make it much more professional looking and alive and fun and interactive. And I'm going to show you how in just like a few clicks, without the need for the hassle of code or any complex programming, and you can get amazing result by just having fun and designing. And you can really let your imagination go and maybe take inspiration from what I'm going to show you today and implement that into your own designs. And of course, we're gonna put in some links where you can go to Wix Studio, start using it. I highly recommend using our Wix Studio Academy, where you can start learning about Wix Studio and how you can use it and how to become proficient at it. It's a really powerful tool. It's not some kind of cookie cutter template thing. It's really powerful. You can really get customized websites and really get a customized experience. Yeah, so we're going to show some different animations and interactions. We're going to talk about mouse parallax, which is how your site reacts to the movements of your mouse. We're gonna talk about scroll animation, where you scroll and the website responds to your scrolling or animates based on your scrolling. And we also show a little concepts of advanced sizing that we're going to use in the site that we're going to build in this workshop. So you can write down questions in the chat if you have any questions. And let me just, I need to switch my screens. So I'm gonna do it now. I just need to stop sharing this one, and then I'm going to share this screen here. All right. So this is the website that we're going to build, and I'm just going to scroll through it now. And this is the version without the animations and the interactions. And you can see it's a website that is like kind of a homage to the 80s. It really has an 80s vibe with all the 80s elements. But you can see it really looks nice, but it doesn't have that pizzazz and that like cool interactive vibe. It's kind of flat. But when we're going to be finished with it, it's going to look something like this. So here we have mouse interactions, all kinds of sticky animations. As you can see, we have some scrolling animations going on here. We have Mr. Pac-Man eating the dots. Here we have this cool reveal effect that I'm going to show you. Here we have again some scroll animations that triggers this CD popping out of its sleeve and this one coming inside. We have some parallax effects going on here. If you take a look at these clouds, you see that as I scroll, there's kind of a parallax effect where one of them is going up and one of them is going down. Here we have like this cool Tetris game that responds to my scrolling. I'm going to show you how we did that. And if we have some more time, then we'll show you how to create a cool marquee like this one here. All right, so now that we've seen the site that we're going to build, I want to show you Wix Studio. So basically, this is Wix Studio. This is the builder. Here we have our canvas. This is where we drag in our elements, where we create the pages of our website. You can use these drag handles to resize your canvas to different sizes. You can also switch between breakpoints, like for example, desktop, tablet, and mobile. By default, you have 3 breakpoints, but you can actually add more breakpoints and customize the range of these breakpoints. Here on the left side, we have our add panel where you can basically add all sorts of elements. You have quick add, which is like the most common elements that you would add. We can save assets, and I'm going to be using assets because I'm not going to be building everything from the top. I'm going to just because constraints of time, we won't have time to build everything from the top. So I'm going to use some assets in order to show you what I'm doing. We're going to have, we have sections, we have wireframes, containers. Here on the bottom, we also have different business solutions like a blog. You can add a store to your site. You can add bookings and events, all sorts of business related things. Under the add panel, we have our layers panel here. So basically the layers panel is basically the hierarchy or the structure of your site. You can see that in our site, we have by default a header, one section, and a footer, but then we can add more sections. And you can see that the layer panel basically represents the hierarchy of the site. So if I drag in an image, for example, from the quick add panel, I can see in the layers panel that the image is actually a child of the section. It's under the section. And I can rearrange things if I want things to be on top of another, then I would use the layers panel for that. Here we have our pages panel where I can manage the pages of my site. Here on top, we can choose the editing size of the canvas that we're going to work on. And I want to take your attention to the right side here. And here, this panel is called the inspector panel. And basically, this is like the heart of Wix Studio. It represents whichever element I have selected at the moment, and I can edit its properties through the inspector panel. What else? I think we're ready to start building. By the way, when you are editing, you can always go to preview, this icon that we have here, and that previews how your site is going to look like in the real world. All right, so I'm going to go to a different page here where I have some stuff set up. And I'm going to start by adding a section here at the top. So I'm going to show you on the site itself. It's this one. We're going to build the first section, this section. We're kind of going to build it from scratch, and I'm going to show you how really easy it is to make it come to life with animations and interactions. Okay, so let's do it again. I went here and I pushed on this add section button, and it added a section. Now I'm going to choose a grid layout for my section. That way I can, a grid is like a tool that helps me lay out my elements. So I will choose a grid layout that will open the panel here, and I'm going to choose a 3-row grid. So basically what it did, it created a section with 3 cells, 3 containers inside it. Now what I want to do is, and I'll show you later why I'm doing it, but just trust me for now, I'm going to switch to an advanced grid, and that will let me size the rows of this section, and by that also the containers themselves. And I'm going to put in a setting here, and the setting that I'm going to put is a height setting, and I want each one of these cells to be 100 VH. 100 VH means that it's going to be 100% height of the screen, each one of the cells. So I'm going to have 3 cells or containers that each one of them is going to be 100% of the height of the screen. So I'll just do it really quick. 100 VH, and this one also is going to be 100 VH. And I hope you guys can see, but this is the first one, then we have the second one, and then we have the third one. And then we have the section that's coming afterwards. But first thing I want to do is I want to select the section itself, the whole thing, and I want to give it a background color of just a black background color. Then I'm going to select the first cell, and if I look in my layers panel, I can see that this is the section, and this is the first cell, this is the second cell, and this is the third cell. So I'm selected on the first cell. In my add panel, I'm going to go to my assets, and I'm going to choose this stack, which is like the main hero of the site. And I'm going to apply some animations and effect. If I preview this now, there's nothing here. It's just static text. So it's going to be really quick and easy. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select this text here. And in my inspector panel, I'm going to change to this tab, which is called Animations and Effect. And the first animations that I'm going to add are entrance animations. Entrance animations are animations that happen once an element enters our viewport or enters into view. And if it's the first section, it's probably going to enter into view the minute that we load our site. So that's what I want. And I'm going to here add a simple fade animation to this text. And if I go to adjust animation and hit preview, I can see that animation. Next up, I'm going to select this text here, the scrolling into the future with the 80s text. And I'm also going to add an entrance animation, but it's going to be a different animation. I'm going to use this tilt animation. As soon as I click, you'll see the preview. There we go. I'm going to select the next text and also add a fade animation here. And also the button, I'm going to add a fade animation. Now let's preview this. So I'll just hit the eye icon. And then we have this beautiful entrance animation happening. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to select this button here. And I want this button because it's a button that indicates to whoever is browsing the site that he needs to scroll down. I'm going to add here a loop animation. So I can add several animations. This one is the entrance animation, and I'm going to add a loop animation, and I'm going to make it wiggle. Of course, we can give some more custom like intensity of the wiggle, duration, or what is the delay where it should repeat in, but I'm just going to leave it as is. And when I preview, we see something like that. Let's check it out in preview mode. So we have the animation coming in, and then every once in a while this icon wiggles. Cool. Next thing I want to do is I want to add an animation that will affect this whole stack, this whole container of text as a whole. As you can see, all these texts are part of something called a stack. Again, I really recommend going to Wix Studio Academy and learning about the concept of stacks. It's not in the scope of this particular talk, but if you're interested, I highly recommend going in and learning about this stuff. Anyway, I selected the stack, and again I'm going to go to my animations and effects, and this time I'm going to choose mouse effects. And I'm going to add an effect called Track 3D. And let's see what it does just by previewing. All right, so basically what's going on here is that this text is tracking where my mouse is moving. Now it's a little bit over the top right now, so I'm going to make it a little bit more subtle. I'm going to go back to edit site, and then I'm going to go to the animation, edit and adjust animation. So I think I'm going to bring the angle of this the movement. I'm going to bring it down, and also the distance in which the animation affect. I'm going to bring it down to something like 50 pixels, and I think that this looks much better. Cool. So we're done with the stack, and now I want to add in some elements into this section. So I'm going to again go to my assets, and I'm going to add, for example, this computer here. Just drag it in, and I also want to give it a mouse interaction. I'm going to go to mouse effects. Of course, the element needs to be selected, and then I'm going to add this airy animation. I'll just adjust it a bit. I'll make it 20%, 20, an angle of 20% and a 50 pixel distance. And if I preview, we can see again that we have this cool animation following my mouse movements. All right, let's add another element in here. So I'm just gonna do it really quick. Let's add this barcode in. Again, I'm going to go to animation interaction, mouse effects, add the area, and just change it up a bit. Like that. Let's add another one. For example, this plastic scroll now bag. Add the mouse effect. Adjust the animation a bit. And just for the sake of time, I'm going to add in some assets that already have the interaction on them. And this is a great opportunity to say that you can actually save assets with their interactions, like already built in, for reuse for whatever reasons that you will want to use them. So let's add in this Pac-Man. Let's add in this radioactive icon. Let's add our Rubik's Cube and maybe this pound. And what's missing? Oh, of course, we can't have an 80s website without the slinky, of course. And let's check out how it looks like. All right. Okay, so next thing that I want to do, if I check out the site, then you see that I have this logo, which as I scroll, I have the logo and this phone coming in from the bottom. So this effect is achieved using what's called sticky position. So I'm going to go back to my site. So remember we created 3 cells in the beginning. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go to the second cell, to my second cell here, and I'm going to add the logo here. And I'm going to add the other, the cell phone, I'm going to add to the third cell. Nice. So if I preview, nothing exciting is going to happen. I'm just scrolling through these 3 cells. But if we use sticky position, and that's what we're going to do now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the first cell, and I'm going to go back to the design panel here in the inspector. And here I have position type, and it's going to be sticky. And I'm just going to leave it as it is. It's going to stick to the top with no offset. Next, I'm going to select the second cell, and I'm also going to change the position type to sticky. And I'm going to go to the third cell, and I'm also going to position it as sticky. I actually really don't have to do it to the third cell because it's going to scroll over, but I'm doing it because I want the sticky also will bring it to the front. So that's why I'm changing this to sticky. So in the editor, I can't see anything, but once I go to preview, as I scroll, we see the logo and the cell phone scrolling up. And once the scrolling of the cell phone is finished, then we go to our next section. All right. So our first section is pretty much done. And now we can go and check out what else we're going to build. So this section we already have built. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create this Pac-Man scroll animation, and you won't believe how easy, and it's actually so simple, how to create this section. All right, so I'm going to create a section under this one. I'm just going to add a section here, and from my assets I created an image of the dots that Pac-Man is going to eat. And I'm just going to align it to the top. And I'm going to select my section. This actually is a transparent image, so once I select my changes, if I change the color of the section, you will see the color through the image. So it's a transparent image. And I'm going to add in another container here. So a container is basically basically a box. I'm going to align it so it will be under, and it actually snaps to the edge of the image, and that's exactly how I want it to be. And I'm going to stretch it out so it will cover the entire image, just like this. And I'm also going to change the color of the container. And now with my container selected, I'm going to animations and effect. And actually what we want to achieve here is we want this container to reveal, and that will cause the effect of the dots actually disappearing under the container. So I'm going to add a scroll effect here, and a scroll effect is an effect that will be triggered by scrolling. And I'm going to add here a reveal, and then I'm going to go to the animation path here. You can see it's to its design, because I want, once the animation is finished, I want it to be in its current state where it's fully visible. If I was to put it from its design, then it would start visible and turn invisible. But I want it to be visible in the end, so I'm going to adjust the animation. I'm going to adjust the animation area, so this is how it's going to animate based on where I scroll. But now we can see that it's from below, the direction is from below. I'm going to change the direction from the left. So now you can see that as I scroll, because the container reveals itself, we see the dots disappearing. Okay, now it's time to add in our Pac-Man. I'm going to go to assets, and basically our Pac-Man is just a video. It's a transparent video, so you can see through it. I'm going to add it in. I'm going to align it to the left and the top, and I'm going to nudge it a little bit with my keyboard arrows, just so it starts from the beginning, from the edge. And now I'm going to go to the animations and effect, and here's the magic, and that's going to happen. And again, this is going to be a scroll, and we are going to use this time we're going to animate from its design, meaning it's going to start at the position that it's in right now. And I'm going to choose the move animation, and I'm going to set the angle of it to 90, and the distance is going to be 100 VW. Now VW means viewport width, so it's 100% of the viewport width. As for the animation area, I already know that I have to start it a bit after the dots that are starting from 0. So I started it at 4%. And you can see that as I scroll here in the preview, the Pac-Man moves, but it's going to be much better when we preview it properly. And you can see how easy it is to create this animation. And if I scroll back, it goes back and forth. Cool. Last thing I want to do here is I want to make my section really narrow. So I just grab, and then it will fit itself to the size of the elements inside it. All right. Let's check out the next animation that we want to do. So we have, again, a reveal animation, and it's a really neat trick. So I think you can take it and use it even in your own creations. So we have this kind of wash that happens where this black and white section turns into this vibrant pink. So what I'll do here, under the Pac-Man, I'll add another section, and I'm going to go to the design here, and here I want to change the height of this section to fit the entire screen. So I can just select the section, and here where I have responsive behavior, I can tell it to fit to screen. All right. I'm going to drag in an image that I created. So this is like a black and white image. And on top of this image, I'm going to add another image, which is the same image, but pink. And now I set it in the section that the black image will be under the pink image. And I'm just going to add in my text. Just a minute. Yep. All right. So basically what we have here is the black and white image, on top of it the pink image, and on top of it the text. I'm going to select the pink image and go to my animations and effects, and here I'm going to use a scroll animation. I'm going to add it in, and I'm going to use the reveal effect, and it's going to reveal to its design and just make it 100%. And I don't want it revealing from below, I want it revealing from the left. So as you can see, this is super easy to implement. I just want to take this moment here to tell you that all these beautiful designs that we're seeing here were created by a very talented designer on our team, Dana Dushkin. So I just wanted to shout out to her for this amazing site that she built. All right, so let's see what's the next section that we're going to build. So here we have our very complex and cool animated section. I'm going to bring in this section like as an asset. So I'll just add this section here. I'm adding it without the animations, and then we'll add what we want to it. So I will add it here. All right. So first off, I want to show you this animation of the CD coming out of the sleeve. So I'll select this image, choose scroll. Yeah, still I'm in the animations and effect tab. And I'm going to make it move. Go to adjust animation. I'll change the angle of the movement a bit. I think I'll leave the distance as it is. Let's just preview how it looks like. So once I scroll, you see that the CD is popping out from the sleeve. And I also want to affect this image here, and it's also going to be a scroll effect, but I'm going to do kind of a different thing. We're going to use the turn effect here, and I want it to be I want it to be counterclockwise, but I want it to turn in from the left. And I can even use this scale. Basically, it will start small, and then as the animation finishes, it will return to its original size. So it kind of gives a feeling like it's coming in from the back. All right, so now if we take a look, we can see. All right, so what I'm seeing here is the animation works, but in terms of the timing, I want this animation here to come a bit later. So here is where we can utilize the animation range. So if I select the CD and I edit and go to adjust, I can see that it's from 0 to 50. I'll leave it at that. And if I go here, then I can edit. So this will come in a bit later. So I can make it come from 25% or something like that. So now when I preview, we can see that the CD is coming in first, and then the sleeve is coming in a bit later. Of course, you can always play with that and adjust it to your needs. All right, let's see. So what we're going to do next, we're going to take care of these clouds. So we have these clouds images here. You can see that they're separate images that are on top of the section. If I delete it, you can see it well. So we're going to add some parallax scrolling effect here. So I'm going to add a scrolling effect to the image. It's going to be parallax, and I'm going to adjust the animation. I'm going to make it 0.2, something like that. Then I'm going to select the other image, and I'm also going to add a parallax, but this time I'm going to make it I'm going to make it negative 0.2, so it goes in a different direction, and you'll see the effect of that in a second. So I'll preview, and you can see that one cloud is like going down, and one of the clouds is sort of going up. We can also see that here where it says game change, we have again a scroll animation using the reveal effect. And the last thing about this section that I want to show you is how to create this amazing Tetris game that happens as you scroll. So basically, this is so easy. What I have here is I have, for example, this green block, and I'm just going to drag it in and just place it on top here, and I'm actually just going to put it in place, just like this. As you can see, the edge of the image, it's sized in a way that it exactly hits where the start of like the board. And the effect we're going to use here, it's a scrolling effect, and it's a slide effect. And we're going to adjust the animation, and it's sliding from above, and the slide effect, it cuts off from the bounding. So basically you can see the image, but it's cutting in from where it's bounding. So that's how we get this cool effect. Then I'm going to add another effect here. Another image, sorry. And I'm going to move this one also into place. Like this. And I'm going to choose the scroll. And again, I'm going to use the slide effect. I'll just adjust the animation area a bit. And you can see as I scroll, the brick falls into place. And if we preview, the green one comes first, and then the yellow one comes after that. All right, I think we have time for one more effect. And this is actually a new feature. It's not exactly what's shown in here. Here we have like this scrolling effect, but what I'm going to show you is a marquee effect that we're going to use. So I'll maybe just place it under this section here. Let's see where it comes in, right? So I'm going to add a section here. I'm going to change the background color of the section to black. And then I'm going to go to my add panel. And I'm going to choose text. And I'll just choose text marquee and just put it in here. And I'm going to align it to the top, to the center, and then I'm going to hit this stretch button here. So this is just the default design that comes from the add panel. And what we're going to do here is, first of all, we're going to take a look at our text. We're going to change the color. Let's change the color to this light gray. And we're going to choose a different font. And let's make it about 100 pixels, something like that. We can change the text, and I'm going to change the text to 80s vibes. And another thing that I can do here is I can add a separator, which is like just a shape. And I'm just going to choose some random arrow here. So perhaps something like this. I'm going to add it to the page. I'm going to make my section the height of this marquee, and I didn't do any programming, didn't have to do anything. I just hit preview, and you can see this marquee that's running on the text. So as you can see, there are some more cool animations done here. We have this expand animation on this image of the TVs, this video. We have the cell phones coming in like this. We have this like cool animation that happens on scroll. And again, I want to shout out to the designer who created this site, Dana Dushkin. She really did an amazing job. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm ready to take some questions. It was really fun to do this this workshop, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thank you. That was great. Good vibes from the 80s website. It was before I was born, but it feels nostalgic in some way as well. So now we have some Q&A. We got lots of questions in the chat. I will be selecting a couple. I'm just gonna scroll up. So LinkedIn user asks, couldn't a pink rectangle with low opacity be used as opposed to entire new image created in pink? I think that was for
Yes,
before.
I'm guessing that it could have been used, of course. Maybe it wouldn't look exactly as it was, but for sure, yeah.
Cool. There's another one. How do you handle animations in conjunction with responsive design and lower breakpoints?
So basically, of course, Wix Studio is a responsive editor, and you can adjust your animations per breakpoint. So if it doesn't work for you on a lower breakpoint, you can adjust that so it will work on lower breakpoints. Look, you might need to adjust the animation a bit differently if you're working on a lower breakpoint. Say, for example, distance or movement of some animations might need to be a bit different if you're on a tablet or mobile device.
Mhm. This one was submitted on the RSVPs, just like general resource to get started animation. I know Wix Studio has an academy, but was curious if you recommend anything else.
So I'm of course in the Wix Studio Academy. You definitely can get started with animation, and you have a lot of resources there, a lot of examples, and you should check us out and check out different workshops that we do. We're really making an effort to bring this information out to our public.
Mhm. Amazing. It's a great resource. There's all like play around files you can play around with as well.
Yep.
So Jeff asks, is it possible to have different images for the Marquee animation?
I'm not sure if I exactly understand, but basically the marquee lets you put in a text. The marquee is a text element, and it lets you bring in images as something that is a separator for the between the text.
Mhm. There's a couple questions. I'm just trying to scroll up. Are these assets available for us?
Not sure. I'll have to get back to you. I'm not sure that we're what are we going to do with these assets, but um, what I can say is that if you go into Wix Media, then you will have a lot of assets. Meaning that, for example, let's see. For example, transparent videos is something that you definitely have. So you can use all of this cool stuff, and there are really cool stuff here. I don't know. For example, we can just add it to the page. Like, let's preview how it looks like. So you have all these really cool transparent videos and assets and tons of SVGs and transparent, all sorts of transparent elements.
Amazing. Lots of cool resources. It looks, I love it. It's like a nice flow. LinkedIn user asks, how do these animations affect the loading performance of the page? Is there a leading practice to not add more than X number of animations on a page?
Well, actually, the animations themselves, and I'm saying that from a developer point of view, they're not supposed to be very heavy. Well, actually, if you what's gonna make maybe affect performance is if you use really heavy videos or really heavy images, but Um, Wix Studio, even if you upload a really heavy video or really heavy image, then Wix Studio has its optimization that it doesn't matter like the size of the video. Wix Studio will optimize that to be, first of all, really, really high quality, and then second of all, really, really performant.
Mhm. Legion asks, can we upload videos and animate the video file?
Mm, you can animate the video as an element. So if you upload a transparent video, you can animate that. And there are guides where you can where or how you can export a video to be a transparent video. If it's not a transparent video, you can just upload it in, and of course, yeah, you can animate them.
Scrolling up to make sure I didn't miss any. So Guadalupe asked, what is difference from Wix Studio and regular Wix, and would I be able to transition my website to Wix Studio?
So the difference between Wix Studio and regular Wix, Wix Studio is a much more it's much more catered to designers and agencies. We're looking much more about customization, plus the fact that if you're talking about responsive design, then Wix Studio is a responsive design editor, as opposed to the regular Wix Studio where you just create one version of your site to desktop and the other version to mobile. So it's not really responsive in the term that things are changing if you resize your browser.
Amazing. That is all our questions. Thanks so much, everyone, for coming. Lots of engagement on our LinkedIn and YouTube Live. And thank you, Ito, for taking your time to give us this workshop on how to build animations interactions in Wix. Feel free to connect with us on LinkedIn, connect with Design Buddies, connect with Wix Studio. And this event is recorded, so we'll send a follow-up on if you register on remote with the recording. And feel free to hop on Discord if you wish as well. And any last pieces of advice, Ito, you want to share before we wrap up?
I think the best advice is like to really take take ideas from wherever you can, and you see, being creative doesn't actually mean that you need to come up with really complex ideas. I think everything I showed in here was pretty simple and pretty cool, and not really complicated stuff, but the result looks really good. So I think that's my 2 cents about that.
Agreed. Inspiration can come from anywhere. Like, if you have designer's block, go try something new. Take a dance class, go travel, just live life, and hope you slay all your designs.
All
Awesome.
right.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. It was really fun.
Yeah, thanks for being on. Appreciate it. All right, bye everyone. Have a nice day.
Bye bye.